It is incredibly rare
morning,
for
Carly.
Kim Jong Un to leave the country, but now we're hearing he's going to take a trip to Russia to talk about a possible arms deal. Put this development into perspective for us.
Well, this has been in the works for a while. The Russian Defense Minister Shoigu visited Pyongyang, about a month ago to set this deal up. And look, this is significant in a couple of ways. One, I'm not as worried about the equipment. North Korea has been stockpiling and using Russian-made equipment for 70 years in its military dictatorship. But I'm very worried about the amount of ammunition that they could provide, particularly artillery. And they can provide thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds that will allow Russia to stretch the war out in Ukraine. And if it settles down into a stalemate, if the Ukrainian counteroffensive breaks down and is not effective, this will allow Putin to absolutely continue the war. And then the other thing, Carly, is this is an extension of the unholy alliance of Iran, China, Russia, and North Korea, the new axis of evil. And I'm not seeing anything in terms of a strategy from the Biden administration to drive wedges in between the axis of evil here, to disrupt what's going on, this new alliance. You basically just see kind of a shoulder shrug from the White House.
Well, you mentioned China, and there's this big report out of the Wall Street Journal that says that Chinese nationals, sometimes posing as tourists, have gained access to military bases as many as 100 times over the last few years. And the report says that these incidents range from Chinese nationals found crossing into a U.S. missile range in New Mexico to what appears to be scuba divers swimming in murky waters near a U.S. government rocket launch site in Florida. And when they get caught, they all use the same scripted language. They say that they're tourists who lost their way, even though they're in rural parts of the country where no tourists would go. So how serious this? What sort of information are they trying to obtain, and have any of them been successful?
No, it's incredibly serious, Carly, and this is just part of the avalanche of espionage, of Chinese espionage that we are under right now, whether it's cyber, whether it's the spy balloon, whether it's new spy bases in Cuba, taking a play right out of the Soviet Union's old playbook, or these, what the Chinese call non-traditional collectors, that they are just throwing as many out there as they can to kind of see what sticks and see what they could collect. And a lot of these people are being coerced, whether they're researchers, students, or these air quotes, tourists, because if they don't do it, their Chinese families suffer back home.
Wow.